So Avengers Doomsday just got a fourth teaser and it feels weirdly serious. It's like Marvel is telling us that things are about to get really, really bad. This teaser is very short, but it's packed. We have M'Baku, we have Shuri, we have Namor, and we have got The Thing. Now this looks like a fun crossover, but I think this is more like the end of the world. Because here's the thing, everyone keeps calling this place a desert or the void from Loki. But I don't think this is a desert, I think it is something even worse. It looks like the ocean floor. Go to the first wide shot, the ground is cracked dry. It looks like underwater structures that are now exposed. So yes, this might literally be a dried up ocean. And if that's true, the world is already collapsing. And that instantly makes Namor's scene hit harder because just think about it. If the ocean is gone, Talokan is gone, his kingdom is gone, everything he tried to protect is gone. Now, quick correction here because a lot of people mess this up. Namor can breathe on land. It's not an oxygen problem, it's a hydration problem. In Wakanda Forever, we literally saw him getting weaker when he dried out. So yes, he needs moisture, he needs water, or he starts losing his power. That's why in this teaser his suit looks more covered and protective. It's basically built for survival, not for style. And Namora being there is also interesting because she has that blue Talokan look even on the land. This is not random, it could mean that the environment is toxic and they need constant protection. So yes, this place is not safe even for Talokanil. Now cut to Shuri and M'Baku. This part is very important because they are walking side by side like a real unit. In Wakanda Forever, they weren't always aligned. Shuri was pure logic and science, M'Baku was tradition and spiritual thinking. But here, none of that matters because if the world is ending, you don't have any time for internal politics. You just have to survive and protect your people. And I think this is what Shuri is doing. M'Baku also looks a bit different here. His armor is upgraded, it feels more like king mode, not just tribal leader mode, like he's fully accepted a bigger role. And Shuri's suit has this weird green-blue tint now, and that might be the biggest clue in the whole teaser, because that color doesn't scream Wakanda, it screams Talokan. It feels like ocean vibranium, not purple panther tech. Wakanda and Talokan are no longer enemies, they teamed up and Shuri might be wearing a suit that's literally made with both vibranium sources combined. A hybrid suit. And if that's true, this is going to be huge because that means that whatever threat is coming, it is so big that Wakanda and Talokan had to stop fighting and they started building something together. And then comes the most talked about moment. M'Baku meets Ben Grimm, the Thing, and the scene is actually perfect because M'Baku introduces himself properly like a king. Very calm, very respectful. And Ben Grimm responds in the most Ben Grimm way possible. He doesn't do a superior introduction, he just says his name and then gives his Yancey Street address. And I love this detail because this is not a joke, it is actually sad. Ben Grimm is trying to cling to the only thing he knows, his home, his street, his address. It makes him feel like a displaced person, like a guy who got pulled out of his universe and just dropped into a nightmare. And if Fantastic Four are here like that, it strongly suggests they are arriving here because something went very, very wrong. Now in this shot, Shuri is standing in front of a massive ship, and here's where the big theory starts. Because that ship doesn't look like a regular Wakandan aircraft, it looks huge, like a survival ship, like something meant to carry people out. This is why a lot of people are connecting it to the concept of a life raft from Secret War stories, a survival plan, not save the world, more like save whoever we can. Because maybe the world cannot be saved at this point of time. And if that's the direction Marvel is taking, then this teaser is quietly telling us the tone of Doomsday. This movie might not be about winning, but more about brutal choices. But here's the conflict. Not everyone is going to agree with this plan. Namor, for example, in the comics, when Namor realized the incursions were inevitable, he joined a group called the Cabal, a team of villains led by Thanos. And their solution was simple: destroy the other Earth first, kill billions to save billions. It's brutal, it's monstrous, but it's effective. And Namor was willing to do it because the other heroes weren't. So in Doomsday, Namor might be pushing for this. Hit the colliding Earth before it strikes us. And that's going to put him at odds with M'Baku, who's trying to preserve the moral soul of Wakanda, and the Fantastic Four, who probably don't want to become mass murderers. I think the climax of this film would be similar to that of Infinity War. The Avengers are going to lose. Because if an incursion is coming and two universes are crashing into each other, then the big question becomes simple and terrifying. What do you do when saving everyone is impossible? That's also where Namor becomes scary in a different way, because Namor is not the guy who sits and cries. He's the guy who does something extreme. If he feels like there's one way to survive, he'll push it even if it's morally ugly. and that can easily put him against Shuri's science solution and against Wakanda's values. And of course, the elephant in the room, Doctor Doom. Even if he is not shown in this teaser, the whole teaser screams that Doom is somewhere behind this. He's the reason why things are bad. Because when Marvel starts talking about incursion, collapsing world, survival ships, Doom is always in the conversation. The man is literally built for this kind of chaos. Now let's talk about what all of this means for Avengers Doomsday as a whole. Because this teaser is basically telling us that Marvel is adapting the Jonathan Hickman's Times Runs Out story. In that comic arc, the Illuminati, a secret group of the smartest heroes, discover that the multiverse is collapsing. Universes are colliding. Earths are dying, and the only way to stop it is to destroy one of the Earths before they collide. But that means genocide, killing billions of innocent people. And the Illuminati can't agree on whether that's acceptable. So they fracture. Some of them, like Tony Stark and Reed Richards, try to find another solution. And some of them, like Namor, decides that survival is more important than morality. And some of them, like Captain America, refuse to compromise their principles, even if it means everyone dies. So overall, this teaser doesn't feel like a teaser. It's like Marvel is telling us the world is breaking and the heroes are already in survival mode. So after watching this teaser, if you have any theories, please drop them in the comment section. And what do you think about that desert? Is it really a dried up ocean? Also, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like it, and I'll see you in the next one.